And welcome to another little broadcast with me and Lady Nepslot here. Here we go. Let us adventure into the Rising. Right. We are going to... Let's see. You're a nice... This is a nice little outfit I got recently from a friend.
In looking to the past, we take solace in the present and think of what the future may hold. That is what the very essence of the Rising. This year, we have prepared a spectacular fireworks celebration. It is sure to enthrall everyone in attendance. The Rising is a period of remembrance that commemorates those lives that were lost during the great tragedy that was the Calamity. We also pay tribute to the unsung heroes who risked life and limb that others might know a brighter future. And so the streets are decorated with somber trappings, and the night skies filled with vibrant fireworks. The solemn atmosphere and bright lights above may spur others to reflect on the doom portended by Dalamund. In doing so, they might give thanks for the present and muster hope for a brighter tomorrow.
The wandering minstrel seeks an adventurer, both willing and able to put the finishing touches to this year's Rising celebrations. Of all the coincidences, you will hardly believe it, but I was just this very moment reminiscing of the time you lent me your strength, a 12-month past. You see, I again find myself in pressing need of an adventurer's aid, just as I did last Rising. Oh, if only Elita were here, I thought to myself, and here you are. Well then, what do you say? Shall we clasp arms once more?
Sure.
My thanks. The matter is this. I have been approached by a lady named Ayoyo, who wishes to imprint her own inimitable mark upon the skies above Limsa Liminsa. I speak, of course, of the fireworks that illume these rising nights. I actually have to see if this is actually broadcasting. 2 seconds. Yes, it is. Good. I don't have to start again. Learning of my contribution to previous year's festivities, she has enlisted me to her cause. We already have the ear of the organizing committee. However, Lady Ayoyo has expressed a strong desire to consult with a storied adventurer before finalizing her proposal. Come to the Yellow Jackets guardhouse at the base of Coral Tower, and I will introduce you. And there is a vendor over here. I don't think I need to stock up on any of these. Though there is rising table lamps. I'll buy a few of those. To read those who walk after. Where are we going now? Of justice. Walk free, walk free, walk free, baby.
I guess we go downstairs. Ayoyo! Ayoyo! Where are you? There you are, Ayoyo.
Lady Ioyo, one storied adventurer as promised.
It's me, Elita Draconia, at your service. Blessings of the 12 upon ye. Name's Ayoyo. Come near first class with the Yellow Jackets. It's an honour to have you on board.
Did I mention that it is the Yellow Jackets who are in charge of this year's festivities? Not only in decorating these fair Leminzen streets, but in designing and constructing the fireworks that brighten the skies above them. Lady Ioyo here is quite the savant in all matters incendiary and explosive, and so it has fallen to her to formulate a plan for the display's crowning glory.
Me and the other lads and lassies of the cannoneers whipped up a load of lovely little drakes, snakes, and devils for the Moonfire Fair. But more of the same ain't gonna cut it for the rising. 'Cause it's all about remembering those we lost in the calamity, ain't it? Them and theirs deserve something a mite spectacular and a bunch of old bangers.
An admirable sentiment, I'm sure. It would not do to hold such poignant memories to be aught less than memorable. Let us make this year's rising one that citizens of this fair realm will not soon forget.
Took the words right out of me mouth, dearie. Thing is, having hardly set foot out of Limsa in all me days, I don't reckon I'm best placed to know what's going through the minds of all citizens of this fair realm.
And so you would pick an adventurer's brains, one who has journeyed far and wide across this land we love, and knows it and its people intimately. Yet before we call upon your particular wisdom, mayhap it would behoove to seek out a wider range of opinions. Many and more look to the skies come rising night, and the thoughts that run through their minds are no doubt as diverse. Let us learn them.
Sounds like a plan. Mind if I join you, Davy? I could do with some learning of some of these thoughts myself. Right then, where's best to start asking around? Some place a lot of outsiders gather, I reckon. How about we meet in the Aetherite Plaza, down the lower decks?
While you two are so engaged, allow me to continue our discussions with the organizing committee. I shall await you by the aft castle.
Meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. I get so lost. Doodle doo 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 doo. Meow meow. You see them lights down Knockers Alley, dearie? Decorations for the festival they are. Every year when the streets are all decked out for the rising, me heart fills with, well, all kinds of feelings. Sorrow, pride, regret. But enough about me. We came here to find out how the other folks feel about it. Let's split up. Head down the alley and ask a few likely looking customers each. We're on a schedule here, so don't go asking every single soul you see. 4 or 5 should do you. I'll meet you down by the ferry docks when you're done.
I may be here on business, but I do enjoy visiting the foreign ports. Limsa has a character that's quite unlike that of my native Oda. The lure of the exotic is indeed irresistible. Welcome, welcome. What may I interest you in this evening? Ah, information is it? Well, if you really must know, the whizzing and banging that fills the air this season always takes me back to the time just before the calamity struck. A great festival was held to celebrate the reformation of the Grand Companies. People in the streets were hooting and hollering and setting off fire spouts, and all the ships in the bay now bedecked in Maelstrom colours let loose their cannons. It seems so foolish now, knowing it was what was soon to befall us. But all that noise served a purpose nonetheless, drowning out the fear that ever whispered in our ears. It is my firm belief that the rising fireworks serve the same purpose even now. They present a vision of loveliness, of togetherness, that we might forget our fears and be given hope for a brighter future. Aesthetics, my dear girl, that's what we need, a dash of true beauty to drive the shadows from our hearts and give us hope for the future.
Meow, 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 meow.
The streets are full of life, and the skies full of fire, and the westerly winds filling our seafarers' sails as it is our hearts. I couldn't have picked a better time to come home. You a sailor too, are you? Helping with the fireworks, you say? Good on you, lass. Aye, I have a few memories back then, if you've an ear to hear them. A merchant seaman, you see, always sailing hither and thither across the waves. Was just back from a trip to Razazan when the calamity struck. Everyone was looking up to the sky and that loathsome lantern that hung low in it. Like most folk, I don't remember much of what happened in those days, before all of it fell, but I'll never forget those faces. And that's what I love so much about the fireworks. You see the same faces looking up, but this time with a smile. Reminds you that not only the bad times, but how we got over them. Of course, half the folk who were watching Dalamon back then ain't with us no more, but they've been watching the fireworks too, and I reckon they'll bring the same smile to their face as they do ours. That's a beautiful view. It's like a beacon. Pretty. Somewhere over here.
Can you see them too, my love? Hmm? You're involved with the fireworks and want to know what I think of them. Well, just now I was wondering if they can be seen from far out the offing. Do you know? I see. The reason I ask is that my husband is there now. He meant to be back by rising night, but it seems the tide didn't turn in his favour. He was so looking forward to the fireworks. I do hope he can see them now from where he is, that we can share them together, no matter how far apart we might be. That is my only request to you, that you make the finale as bright and boisterous as you can. that all those who cannot be together this rising might still share in his message. There are many like me who cannot be with their loved ones this rising, whether by chance or by tragedy. It is the fireworks that bring them together, so the louder and brighter they are, the better. Meow, 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 meow. All right there. Is there anything I can do for you? You're asking for people's thoughts on the rising fireworks. Heh! Would have thought a hero like you would have had better things to do with your time. But I suppose that's what makes you a hero, huh? Helping people out whichever way you can. Well, I'm like most people, I suppose. I think of those I lost. My parents, most of all. I wonder if they're watching too. Swam up from the bottom of the ethereal sea to see what all the crashing and banging's about. It's complicated, I suppose. I feel sad they're gone, but happy I'm not, and grateful to old Bedran for saving me and many others. If they are watching, I hope they can see me too. See that I'm doing all right for myself, that they might sleep soundly for another 12 months. I didn't learn this till long after he'd taken me in, but after the calamity, Bedran banded together some old allies from his mercenary days, and a few willing adventurers. They'd go around seeking out people like me who'd lost everything, and try to put them back on their feet. I just made his job easier, drinking myself stupid and puking my guts out in the gutter. Maybe I should get him a little something by way of thanks. Ooh, fireworks. Sorry to keep you waiting, dearie. So, what did you find out? Same here. Was half expecting them just to look at the parade lights. But it seems the feeling runs a lot deeper than that. The memories of the calamity still weigh heavy on their hearts, but the rising fireworks go some way to lifting that weight. So, any ideas for the grand display? What kind of thing do you reckon would help lift those spirits the most? Something that gives people hope for the future. Hope for the future, eh? That ain't a bad idea. Reminding folk that however dark the night, dawn is just around the corner. The rising ain't just about mourning those we've lost after all. It's about remembering the struggles of those who survived, to steer us to a brighter future. Aye, that's it. That's what Limsa needs this rising. Ships, cannons, a departure salute, not just for your fallen, but for those setting sail for unknown shores. A vision of the past, and of the future. An old bleeding armada filling Galadian Bay, lighting up the very heavens. Who wouldn't want to watch that? settled then. Ah, the minstrel's gonna love it. He said he'd be up in the Aft Castle, right? I'll see you there. Meow, 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 meow. Do, 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 do. Mimo. Shh, shh. It's okay, sweetheart. I got you. There you go. Let's see now. 1,500 of weight of fire sand, 500 yams from shore. I reckon we're going to need more ships.
Our intrepid adventurer returns, and positively bursting with inspiration, I take it. I see, a traditional seafaring salute, not only to the memories of the fallen, but to the future fortune of those who follow in their wake. A most fitting proposal, I'm sure.
Thanks to both of ye, but our work ain't done yet. There's a lot needs sorting out before we can put this idea into action. So much to do, so little time. If you wouldn't mind helping us a little longer, dearie, I'd be forever in your debt. Let me know when you got your loins good and girded.
A display of such grandeur is not merely a matter of crafting the fireworks proper. We shall require the cooperation of a great many people, several of whom may be less than disposed to offer it.
She is not to be brushed off in the face of danger. We who are about to set sail salute you. Ioyo asks for your continued assistance in seeing her plan for the Rising's firework realized. Right then, let's get started, shall we, Davy? The plan is, we're going to line up a whole fleet of ships across the bay and have them fire a broadside into the sky. But before we go about finding our fleet, we need to get the plan approved by the organising committee, and that means convincing Commodore Rayner. I'll take the lead, but I ain't exactly the silverest tongue, nor much experience nobbling with the higher-ups. If you two see me struggling, put in a word, won't ye?
Of course, my lady, your cause is ours.
Thank ye, me dears. Together then, to the Coral Tower. Commodore Rainier worked his way up the ranks, all the way from rock bottom to the tippity top. He knows the working of his thalassocracy in and out. So many flaws in our proposal, and he'll see right through him.
Last I had the privilege of meeting with the Commodore was around the time of the calamity. I had been arrested for conspiracy to incite rebellion. Naturally, it was all misunderstanding. Some other scurrilous soul had been singing songs of sedation. If not for Raynor and his relentless pursuit of the truth, I might still be lingering in the brig. He is a shrewd investigator, who will brook no equivocation. Shall we then?
Do-do-do.
Wanting to make the Rising display special, I can fathom, but the sheer scale of this proposal is beyond anything I imagined. Ayoyo, need I remind you that the first duty of the Yellow Jackets is the keeping of the peace. Filling the bay with ships will not only disturb the daily workings of the harbour, but is sure to foment agitation amongst the commons. Knowing this, do you still mean to persevere with this outlandish plan?
I do, Commander. Every lumens in art, every Eorzean heart, still bears the scars of the calamity. All that loss, all that hardship, that struggle, it cut deep. But a rising ain't just about looking to the past. It's about looking to the future too. And if our duty is to watch over folk, keep 'em on the straight and narrow like, I reckon it's our duty to set 'em off another year's journey too.
Well put. I accept that your intentions are pure, but what of the logistics? I trust you have a plan as to who exactly will be providing and paying for this fleet of yours?
Yes, Commander. We're going to petition the Maelstrom for the flagship, and the rest from, the black sails.
Of course, one is wont to forget that those buccaneering souls remain bound to serve the Maelstrom in times of necessity. Lady Ayayo would have us parley with the three great pirate captains and remind them of their civic duty, it seems.
Aye, that's right. The pirates answered the Admiral's call back when the moon was falling, fought and died at Cartano same as rest of us. When they hear about your plan to salute all those who fell, and all those who didn't, I don't doubt they'll answer the call again.
I wish you all the luck in the world recruiting those rogues to your cause. You shall need it. Very well then, allow me to arrange the parley. Should you succeed in this feat, you may consider all of my remaining doubts answered. I bid you remember that you go speak with the pirates. Lawless marauders all. Pray that you do not say aught to offend them, lest we find ourselves with a mutiny on our hands.
Hey, who do you think you're talking to?
I shall have the Maelstrom summon the leaders of the three factions to the anchor yard. Pray go there and complete your preparations. We are to parley with pirates. Truly, life is but a succession of unexpected events.
Cheers for sticking with me, you two. I hope I can count on your support in the next set of negotiations and all.
Of course, my lady. Alas, I fear the captains, those far-famed scourges of the seas, will prove rather less biddable partners than Commodore Raynor did. While Rowson of the Sanguine Sirens may be swayed by emotion, Caravalian of the Kraken's Arms is much more mercenary mind. The executioners, meanwhile, value honour and glory above all else. If there is aught that unites them, it's a zealous spirit. Let us argue with passion, that we might inflame theirs.
If it's passion you're after, I got that in bleeding bucket loads. But I might need you two to jump in again, in case me tongue decides to tie itself in half itch. Just say first thing it comes to your heads, and I'll pick up after. Yeah, sure. I can do that. Come on then, dearies. Let's head over to the anchor yard and get this party started. Where we go? Over there. At the castle.
This is how I tea.
Thanks for coming. The reason we asked you here is...
Aye, the Maelstrom summoned laid it out for us loud and clear. You want us to help you with the rising fireworks. And the answer is no. When my sirens fire broadside, it is to send our enemies to the bottom of the briny, not to paint pretty pictures in the sky for drylanders to gawp at. We've better things to be doing with our time. 'Tis a rare occurrence, to be sure, but I find that my opinion aligns with Rowson's. Our time is precious, as I am sure is yours. Let us hasten to draw these discussions to a close. I shall put it bluntly, I see no profit in this endeavour for myself and my men, so unless there is anything else... Why, it is the perfect opportunity to form a deeper bond with Rowson. If you should require my men and I shackle ourselves to the sirens, we should require even greater recompense. The sheer scale and spectacle we propose would no doubt draw all the lords and ladies of the realm to gather in the city, personages of high renown and deep pockets. Aye, and if they saw you lot working and in with the Maelstrom, it'd do wonders for your public image. Folks who normally wouldn't touch a pirate with a barge will be queuing up to do business with ye. I do believe you have a point, poorly phrased though it might be. To run legitimate business, one must project the image of a legitimate businessman. Sod your image, and sod anyone who's too lily-livered to trade with us. They can stick their barge poles in their backsides. What's in it for the sirens? Carvalian's in. Don't you want to be together? What are you trying to imply? I'd rather cut my own arse off with a rusty cutlass than have to spend another minute in that preening pissant's company. Me and my girls are proper pirates. The sanguine sirens aren't all about the pirate life though, are ye? You run almshouses for the sick and injured, and those with child, keep themselves busy with odd jobs, such as come their way. Them's your hunters, and the folk who are drawn to the city to see the grand display, your quarry. Ah, I see where you're going with this. Get the girls to set up sales selling food and grog and the like, and they make a killing, providing they had the right permits from the Yellow Jackets. You're a shrewd one, you. Maybe I could lend a man myself. They do say the best way to a man's heart is through his... What of the executioners? There is no dishonour in linking arms with Admiral Merweb in the Maelstrom, surely? You, Yellow Jacket! I want ye to tell me one thing and tell it true. This is Limsa Liminsa, the greatest port in all the realm. You could find this fleet of yours without our help, yet you've come begging for it. Why? Because I reckon you're the ones who need the rising the most. The black sails only came together because of Cardinal. You could have upped anchor and sailed off to the sunset, but no. You fought like demons on those cursed flats, made heroes of yourselves and martyrs. The way I see it, it's only right those that lost the most when they stood to gain the least should be the ones to salute the departed. And a salute to departing too. The calamity changed the lives of you pirates more than anyone. If anyone should be celebrating new beginnings, it's those whose new beginnings already begun. So it's for our own good, is it? I'm heading back to the Astelica. Send word when you've hammered out the details of this display yours, and we'll see what we can do. Aye, aye, Captain. Can't rightly say no to you now, can I? We lost a lot of good people back in Cartino. Let's send them off with a bloody great bang. I will join you, on one condition, that in your reminiscence of trauma past, you do not make a shameful spectacle of yourself. Pray do not force me to restrain you, again. I never force you to do nothing. You'll keep your hands off me if you want to keep him, you randy bastard. Not quite the fragile flower, isn't she? Well then, I bid you fair adieu. My ships will not ready themselves. My hearty congratulations to both of you. It was an honour to play a supporting part, but it was your passion for the Rising that swayed them.
And breathe. God, I was so nervous I could hardly speak. Thanks so much for chipping in when you did. Could have never got them on our side without you. Right then. Time to put the finishing touches on to this plan of mine. It's going to be wonderful. I just know it. Oh, and about your reward, I've given it to the minstrel. You can grab it from him. To new beginnings, lass, and may the navigator's breath ever fill your sails. Whee! Up she goes.
You did a great service, my friend, both for Lady Ioyo and for those who love the Rising, myself included. For that, I shall ever be grateful. I expect it shall be some hours before preparations for the grand finale are complete. Mayhap we could wait together. While we wait, would you care to hear a verse that's lately come to me? It's a song of celebration, of encouragement, for all those who sail for unknown shores. Pray, lend me your ears.
Sure. Play for me.
Greetings, warrior of light. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. "'Tis a pleasure to meet you again. As I have in the past, I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. The roads we have walked has been long and winding, full of perils and pitfalls, but we have enjoyed every step in your company. We hope that you feel the same about this last great leap. With every adventure we undertake, we know the longer the legacy we leave behind, yes. Yet a lengthy history need not mean a foreshortened future. Many adventures yet await. We shall continue to chart a course into the great unknown, one that takes in all of the diverse wonders of this wide world has to offer, that your legacy might grow even greater. To be certain, it would be a less trying task to sleepwalk ever onward down the same, well-furrowed path, yet to venture down paths untrodden. Believing in the bright and glorious future that lies beyond them is by far the most rewarding. This is the gift that we wish to deliver unto you, the gift of adventure. And we pray with all our hearts that you will continue to walk with us. We thank you for joining us on this journey, heretofore and hereafter. Now the time has come for this vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. One cannot know what fills the hearts and minds of those who look upon the sky this rising night. Perhaps you and I will see very different images in those explosions of light and colour. But one thing I know for certain, that right here, right now, we look to the same sky. And though the paths that lay ahead of us may lead in different directions, sometime, someplace, they shall cross again. "'Tis almost time for the display to begin. The consummation not only of our labours, but of the thoughts and prayers of the people of this fair city. A salute for the departed, and for those who set sail into unknown waters. Many adventures yet await you, my friend. May the navigator's breath ever fill your sails.
Oh!
From eastern sea to eastern sky, the sacred sun ascends, and voices stir of wind, of waves, of ropes, of sails, of friends, who like the golden light of dawn that streams across the sea, set a sunlit sail for foreign lands, may future follow thee. Her journey done, so sinks the sun below the western waves, and memories stir of friends of yore asleep in watery graves. Let not our voices raised in song disturb your endless sleep, but join us in our chorus, and you dream among the deep. An excerpt from an ancient mariner's song, a prayer for the safe return of those who sail from far horizon, and for the peace of those who sleep beneath those same eternal waves. It concludes with a wish that the voices of those spirits are stirred in anticipation of new adventure reach the ears of those whose adventures ended too soon, that they might be united as one, a fitting sentiment for the rising, methinks. And so I offer you my own heartfelt wish, that even should your adventures carry you beyond the far-flung horizon of this wide world, we should meet once more in a 12-month time, and look up to the same sky together. What? Additionally, certain notes for persons. The anchor yard is right. Let's see. A soft westerly wind blows across the anchor yard. You hear footsteps approaching. You turn and see. An explorer and his baby Opo Opo. I knew it was you. I could tell it from your bearing. Forgive me. It gladdens me that our paths should cross again. Of course, and yet I find myself somewhat lost for words. Are you well? What brings you here? Is that so? I should have known it. It is very much like you to help others fulfill their dreams, to bring life and light to the world. I always liked festivals, as did my brethren. Though the celebrations have taken diverse forms over the years, all brought smiles to the faces of our children, and in turn us. Though it was our custom, nay our duty, to watch over you from the phantom realm, one among us was so drawn to the music and the merrymaking that he adopted a mortal form, that he might join you in your revelry. In every festival is imbued the hopes and dreams of mortal man. You implore the gods to listen to your pleas, and they hear you. They still do. Till next our paths should cross.
Look! Look! Look!
The acting captain of the bloody executioners.
If it ain't me old mate Elita, I heard you had a hand in fireworks, but I thought you'd be long gone by now. I'm glad you stuck around though. Give me a chance to thank you. For getting the executions involved, like. Can't say you didn't run us ragged getting the whole fleet loaded up with 10 tons of fire sand and ready to set sail at a moment's notice. But it was well worth it in the end. Aye, there's nothing a pirate enjoys more than a bit of the old pyrotechnics. The perfect send-off for shipmates past and present. Even got me in me guts. So it did. Most risings I spent at the bottom of a flagon thinking of those we lost and salting me grog. But this salute's only gone and put the wind in my sails. I'm up in anchor for tomorrow in search of an island sanctuary of my own. Somewhere to bury me booty. Wish me luck, Elita, and may Lyman's breath ever blow at your back.
Do, 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 do. The proprietor of the Drowning Wench.
If it ain't me old pal Elita, here to beg the old bird for guidance too, are ye? Shadowbell said you had an hand in this year's fireworks. Not a bad job you made of them neither. You met Shadowbell there in Hawker's ally, aye. I sent her to pick up some stock for the wench. But do you know what she brought me back? Only a bottle of bleeding Bacchus. Paid for it out of her own pocket, she did, to thank me again for saving her life. I don't know why she's so hung up about it. The girl's paid me back 100 times over, with all her hard work over the years. Felt a bit bad accepting it like, but well, a bottle of Bacchus is a bottle of Bacchus. Reckon it's you we should be thanking anyway, for that marvellous display. All the ships in the harbour, the fire in the sky, it brought back a lot of memories. Some good, some bad, but every one of them well worth remembering. And we ain't done making them yet. You'll be off on your next adventure soon enough, I wager. Well, you can't rightly be striding out on an empty stomach now, can ye? Come up to the wench and we'll fill your belly.
The head chef of the Bismarck.
Well, 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 I come to Lemon's breath on me face, only to find the faithless besom whispering in the ear of another. How have you been keeping, Elita? I hear we've got you to thank for the rise and display. I always been singing your praises from Fisherman's Bottom to Coral Tower. What? Surprised I know her? Lim's a small place, lass. Hardly goes a day by I don't see a yellow jacket or several in the Bismarck. Whether it's to sup on the finest food and wine this side of the sea, or to clap irons on those who've tapped the casks touch too thirstily. Suppose an adventurer like you might have noticed. Coming and going as you are, but stick around in the city for a while and you see. The jackets ain't just axes for hire. They're true friends of the common folk. I was a retainer before the calamity struck, you know. Our master had a thing for fireworks. Every time they came back from their wanderings, they'd load down with an hundred of spouts and spinners they picked up from God knows where. Day and night you'd see her down by the market ward, beaming that sunny smile of hers at every passer-by, trying her damnedest to flog his stuff. Enjoyed the work, I reckon, but then Dalamode fell and she lost her master. Literally lost him. The way she tells it is as if a calamity burned her hole in the memory and then fell straight through. Couldn't remember her face nor the name. But she never forgot the fireworks, the amount of gunpowder that went through, and her hands over the years. She couldn't help learning a bit about making how things go bang. An apprenticeship with the can years later, and she was a yellow jacket. So when I heard they were the ones who were going to be in charge of the rising display, I knew she'd be the first to volunteer. The rising, the fireworks, they mean a lot to her, and as a friend they mean a lot to me, so thank you. The Admiral herself.
Elita, this is a coincidence. Raynor was just telling me the role you played in putting the display together. I'm sure all those who gathered in my city to witness it were as moved as I. A salute to all those who set sail for new adventures. It shall surely resound in their hearts, and give them strength and courage in the year to come. And a salute to the fallen too, was it not? Many and more lost their lives to the fields of Carteneau. The men and women of the black sails, chief among them. I thank you for giving those who survived them this chance to put their grief to more productive ends. I thank you for giving the celebrations an unmistakable touch of salt, too. This year's rising was not merely in Limsa Leminsa, but of her. I look forward to seeing how future host cities follow our example. But for now, let us focus on the present. I'm sure I have kept you from your business for far too long already. And I must return to mine. I must offer my prayer to Lymian and be on my way. Fare you well, Elita. I wish you safe voyages for the years to come. May the navigator's breath ever fill your sails. And I believe that's all of them. Yeah. Are you up and join a crew? You have to walk on the back of the line and wait your turn with these others. Perhaps the captain will like your face. Perhaps he'll pitch you over the wall. There are many more willing to risk his fickle favour for a chance to serve on Lumien's most beloved ship. Alright. Weird. What have I got to do here? what I'm doing. I had no idea how to play this. So there's like a few games in there. Right. Thank you all for watching. Love you all. Mwah, mwah.